What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Gin's Treasure. I wanted to show you guys today a different style, a very much more simple style of wire wrapping than the ones that I have been posting normally, the kind of Gin's Treasure self-taught style. This one is not self-taught. It's something that I've seen others do, but the cool thing about it is that it is probably the most basic form of wire wrapping that I've come by. And it does, you know, how I normally do with both the 20 gauge and the 24 gauge. This one, we're actually only gonna use the 20 gauge. And the cool thing about this style of wire wrapping is that these super awkward raw quartz shapes that have a lot of jagged edges. This is a style that works really well for these types of crystals. And as you can see, I actually have 3 different types. They're all amethyst, and this one is even a I'm forgetting the name, but it's a specific special type of amethyst. And so you can clearly see that it's the true quartz point shape. And then this one is kind of medium points-ish type shape. And then this one is just like a straight up chunk of amethyst. But this style of wrapping, it actually works for all 3. And with that, let's get into it. So I'm gonna clip off 2 more or less equal in length strands of the copper wire, and I'm doing that off screen, but I'll show you. So this is going to be about the length, and so I did this for, actually let's start with the chunk. So just using that for like a idea of the length that you're gonna go clip off for the size of the chunk. So I usually just do like 1 roly-poly, 2 roly-poly, and maybe just a little bit more. More. I just got up today, so my voice is a little cracky. All right, let's get to it. So the first thing we're gonna do is kind of estimating, find what appears to be the middle of the 2 wires, cross them, and then just create that X, and then pinch down on one end, twist the wires around on the other side so you get a knot. And let's see, I'm actually gonna do twist one more time, so it's gonna look more like that. And then I'm gonna pinch a little, pinch so that my index and my thumb are touching, and then kind of create this loop, and then twist again, right? And then we're just gonna drop this one. It kind of, to me, it looks like it has 3 fingers, right? So there's 1, 2, and 3. And we're just gonna drop that middle finger right in the loop there. Actually, I'm gonna do it in such a way that, because there's more of a flattish side and then a wide side. So I'm gonna drop it so that the wide side drops in, and then we fold both ends of the wire like so. And then we're gonna take, so the 2 opposite ends, we're gonna cross over, twist 1, 2, 3 times, and then the same here, 1, 2, 3 times, and then fold it up. Same on this side, fold it up. And then we're just gonna do the same thing. You can see how this style is super, super, super simplistic. which doesn't mean it's not a good style. It's actually probably the most popular style. And then for here, I'm just gonna delicately twist those in, and then one last time, crossing and twisting. So just did 3 on each, and then for there, just kind of bend them so that they meet each other. And then I lost it, but at some point right there, because this will happen with raw and the pliers. Sometimes you'll hit this sensitive area and a little shrapnel or splinter of the crystal will actually chip off. So to be mindful of that, want to be careful. Definitely with raw crystals, you don't want to be aggressive with the pliers, because the metal and your brute strength will typically win in a match between the strength of the crystal. So here I've taken the 2 shortest ends and I'm just twisting them around. And then with the tip, I'll curl it in so that there's nothing poking out. And this one I'll just pinch in. Alright, so just smoothly wrapped around. Alright. And so for the 2, I usually pick the longest one, which this is a good length too as well. And what I do, the style is to pinch down with the pliers on the flat part here. See how there's a flat square there? So I pinch down and twist, create that L shape. And then from there, pinch between the 2 pliers so there's one that's tucked in with the L, and then the other one is on the outside there, and I'm gonna wrap around. And create that loop. So now it's like a Q, like a capital Q. And we're gonna loop one more time. One more time. And actually, why not do, there's no rules against it. I'm gonna do even one more loop. So this one will be quadruple looped. Right, and then, so now you can see that Q, the Q tail is in there, and then you've got the O, and that's gonna be obviously for the lace to go through. And then with the last tail of wire, we're just tucking in that Q tail. You just want to make sure that that last little tip is tucked in as best as it can be so that it's not poking out. It's poking out a little bit and it's sharp, so just kind of with my fingernail, you can see how the wire has scratched my fingernail right there. Doing the best I can to just tuck and hide that tip. And then as well with this one, we're just gonna, before we finish wrapping it, we're gonna curl the tip in such a way that it just kind of gets tucked in.
Oh yes, all juddery and beelines. Is Z dead in the mix? Z's dead even.
And that's what it's all about.
You're tuned into Radio 1.
Yep, and so you can match this style with any of these. I mean, you can see in principle how it would be the same thing here. It's pretty rough on the body of this crystal, but if you look closely, you can see it's a really nice head or point shape. Maybe not so much on the edges here, but that's okay. And you really want to avoid, and like if I were to put wire around there, it could potentially scratch that or damage that, especially if I'm not careful with the pliers. So you want to avoid that. Let's just do this one. I'll show you what I mean. So for this one, getting the wire over here. Getting the idea of the wire length. So that's about double there. Looks good. So we'll clip that. And then just match that wire length. All right, and it's just gonna be the same exact style. Notification go off, sorry. More or less the middle here, and actually what we're gonna do is, instead of being as on point with the middle, so the middle would be right here, right? And what I did is I actually adjusted the wires so that what will be in the middle is this space gap where I pinch the fingers and wrap there. So you want this gap to be a big enough size, and actually, so I don't like the warp is like that, so I'm with the plier fingers just kind of opening up the gap. So I want the gap big enough that that point can get tucked in there easy. And it has a tendency to want to close up like that. And that's okay to an extent, but you don't want it to completely close up. So just like before, fold up the sides. I don't think I have enough wire actually to do the job properly, but we'll see, we'll see. And the same thing on this side. Twist. I'm gonna do twist twice. Twice. Yeah, how funny. There wasn't enough wire. I'll twist one more time. 2 more times. Let's see, let's get creative. How are we gonna resolve this? Because really I should have more wire to go up and beyond. I'm gonna take the flat part of the pliers, pinch and twist. Do the same on this side. I'm pinching right at the cross, at the X cross. And I'm just gonna do a curly Q for that little wire. It's not poking out, kind of tucking it behind. And do the same thing with this one. F it, right? I'm just gonna take a little bit more wire. For this, I'm gonna kiss the 2 points in the middle. Massage to get like a rounded at the middle. And then this will create the lace loop. Do one more. tripled. And then, actually what I'll do then is put on the finger and then twist these wires. 1, 2, 3. And then creatively just interleak them. Oh, that didn't work. We're gonna curl it. That way it's linked in securely. Linked insecurely. No, linked in securely, not insecure. It is a very secure link. Right, so then I twist and curl that in. And then I'm just kind of playing with this, seeing what becomes of it. Well, I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of this spur of the moment creativity that I just came up with. It looks real good. It looks real good. At the bottom here, not gonna lie, they had us in the first half. And then it just fell apart. That's all right. I mean, I'll just accept the loss of wire as a learning experience. But yeah, I mean, you can see how that same style would apply. So I guess in the aftermath, the takeaway is that double is not enough, so triple the length of the wire. Okay, a little bit sad. And for this one, I'm just gonna cut this video short because you get the idea, you get the gist of it. Maybe I'll do another video where I wrap this one. But for now, ta-ta.